Hi everybody, Soul Healing Angel here. It is late Sunday evening, late for me. Just wanted to come on. I'm hoping it'll be a short message. Just wanted to share with you all today. I had a good day actually today. It was daylight savings time and I had forgotten, but things worked out okay. I have this one clock in my kitchen that has a battery in it, and I looked at it and I was like, wow, I didn't realize I'd taken a shower so quickly, and I thought I had time to mess around and was doing pulling a card for myself and practicing some music. I fixed myself some eggs and with cheese and my coffee, well, like my second and third cup of coffee. And then I'd gotten a message about a performance I had this evening. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 9:30. Well, the service that I play for was at 10. I made it, but oh boy, did I cut it close. But anyway, so daylight savings time, and I forgot about it. I guess that happens when you don't talk to people all the time or to live alone. That may happen. My one friend had forgotten to call and tell me. Usually she reminds me stuff like that. It was cute this morning. We talked about it later. She says, I was going to call you, but I fell asleep. Like, that's okay. It worked out okay. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Tonight was a beautiful night. We'll have a full moon in 5 days. The stars were clear tonight. It was beautiful. And as I came out of this event that we had this evening, you could hear the peeps, the little frogs. They were so neat to be hearing those. It's like, wow, spring is definitely on its way. So, as I've mentioned before in this channel, I like to share with you, or anybody who might be interested, things that I do to help myself heal on this journey of life, and just to get along through life. I think just on a daily basis. One of the things is meditation, and meditated this morning, and the big word that came to me was that it was the word listen. And that's what I do in meditation. That's what meditation's all about, is listening. And as I was listening, I heard geese or ducks fly overhead. Sometimes I think they might be geese. They're so loud. And I had looked that up, the symbolism of geese and ducks. I think it had something to do with wisdom. Or was that? Oh, I gotta look it up again. I didn't save it because that was this morning. This has been a whole day go through. There's my dog whining. Do you hear him? Symbolism of geese flying overhead. Well, flying overhead. Geese flying overhead can symbolize resilience, endurance, companionship, and peaceful transitions. They can also represent the importance of teamwork, loyalty, and serving others. It's like when geese fly overhead, it's a strong spiritual signal to look up and stay hopeful. It's like nature's way of encouraging you to aim high. Also guidance. Geese show us the way. Geese fly in a V shape to guide each other. We too can look for signs and help from the universe or people in our lives to find and stay on our path. Their ability to travel great distances reminds us that we're all capable of going far, especially when we know where we're headed and have faith in our guidance. Come here. You want up here? Come on. I'll drag your little feet on the floor. Oh, okay. All right. Protection. Geese also represent safety and looking after each other. Okay. Just like how they take turns leaving their group, watching out for danger, they teach us the importance of protecting our loved ones and standing by each other in tough times. This shows us the power of community and how by looking out for each other, we can all feel safer and stronger. Also, number 3, community. Geese teach us a lot about the importance of sticking together. They travel in groups, not just to keep each other safe, but also to keep each other company. Working together and sharing our strengths help us all achieve more than we could alone. Just like geese sharing the lead in their formation to make flying easier for everyone. So they take turns leading the way. Also, loyalty. Number 4, geese are symbols of loyalty because they always stick together. Whether they're flying long distances or facing challenges, they remain by each other's sides. This behavior teaches us to be faithful and reliable to the people we care about. And then journey. Geese take long flights together, showing us that life is also a long trip we should not go through alone. It tells us, it's okay to rely on friends and family. And then trust. In the world of geese, trust is a big thing. It's what keeps them together on long flights or when finding food. Teamwork shows us how working together helps achieve big goals. Determination. Geese show us the meaning of determination. They never give up, flying thousands of miles without losing sight of their destination. This reminds us to keep pushing forward. Also, adaptability. Geese are masters at adjusting to whatever comes their way. They change course when they face strong winds or when they need to find new sources of food. So they're flexible. Communication. Geese are amazing at talking to each other, making sure they stay safe and together. They use different sounds to warn of danger, to call their group back together, or just to keep in touch while flying. By talking and listening, we make sure everyone is heard and supported, making our own journeys through life richer and more connected. When geese cross your path, it's a powerful reminder to pay attention to where you're going in life. It's a message telling you to stay true to your path with confidence and trust, and to keep flying high with determination and adaptability, no matter the wind's direction. When geese fly overhead, it's a strong spiritual signal to look up and stay hopeful. It's interesting. I didn't realize there's so much to that. And I also heard birds singing. So it really was it was a very, after all that, it was actually very, very short message. I'm going to find, I want to keep this real short because it's late. But I wanted to put something out. Just share with you all something. Okay, here's lesson 231. I just opened right to it. Father, I will but to remember you. What can I seek for, Father, but your love? Perhaps I think I seek for something else, a something I have called by many names. Yet it is your love the only thing I seek or ever sought. For there is nothing else that I could ever really want to find. Let me remember you. What else could I desire but the truth about myself? So, The author here, or Jesus, Yeshua, writes, "This is your will, my brother, and you share this will with me and with the one as well who is our Father. To remember him is heaven. This we seek, and only this is what it will be given us to find." Father, I will but to remember you. That's lesson 231 in A Course in Miracles. Here's a quotation from Marianne Williamson in her book, The Law of the Divine Compensation. She writes, and this also might be, in addition to her writing, it may be also from the Course in Miracles. It says, spiritual growth involves giving up the stories of your past so the universe can write a new one. Releasing negative self-concepts is important, not simply because they hurt you. It's important because they're not true. The spiritual journey is a path of surrendering our fear-based thoughts and allowing them to be replaced by God's. The reason to embrace a positive self-image is that it describes you as God thinks of you. So, things like I'm not good enough, or I'm a loser, or I don't have what it takes, etc. I'm dumb, I'm a failure. Those are all negative stuff. Those are painful thoughts, and they arise from over-identification with the material plane. We are actually, as she writes, we are perfect creations of God, unchangeable and unlimited. None of us more or less brilliant than anyone else. From this perspective, you see that you are the light. Your past, your mistakes, others people's opinions about you, even your failures, do not in any way limit who you are or what is possible for you now. A Course in Miracles teaches us that all of us are special, and none of us are special. That's kind of, it's like that thing, neither here nor there, or is that an oxymoron, I think? Is that what? All of us are special, and none of us are special. All of us carry the mark of God, yet we carry that mark as one. No one has any more or less capacity than anyone else to be used as a conduit for the genius that pours forth constantly from the mind of God. This genius pours into us as one, but is accepted by us separately. God's greatness is a gift that is offered to all of us, but it's our choice whether or not to receive it. We lack faith in what exists within us because we lack faith in who exists within us. Now listen to this next one too. Each of us has a unique part to play in the healing of the world. You and me, each of us. Each of us is assigned by God a function that only we can fill. At the level of our divine function, none of us are in competition with each other. For the universe has an infinite number of pieces of pie. My piece doesn't take away from yours, and yours doesn't take away from mine. There is space for everyone's gifts to flower. There is more than enough room for all of us. You are a child of God, carrying the eternal mark of your perfect source. You are naturally entitled to miracles because love is what you are. This is not an arrogant appraisal of ego, but rather a humble acceptance of God's truth. You just happen to have within you the eternal power of the universe. Because you are a child of God made of love, only love has power over you. Every loving thing that ever happened to you was real, and everything else was an illusion. Know who you are and who lives within you, and moving mountains will seem small compared to what you can do. Get an angel card. Angel blessings. Kind of low-key, I'm kind of tired tonight. I think with that daylight savings time spring forward, I've lost sleep. I'm going to get some sleep tonight. I'll be ready. You know, you can meditate taking a bath. You ever hear taking a spiritual bath with salts, Epsom salts, or some kind of herbs? You can meditate. Oh, I always like this one, this card. Soked Hosey, partnership. 14, Soked Hosey partnership. Okay, wilt thou love God as he thee? Then digest, my soul, this wholesome meditation, how God, the Spirit, by angels waited in heaven, doth make his temple in thy breast. That's from John Donne, Divine Poems, 15, XV 15. Soked Hosey is the keeper of the divine balances, holding the balance of feeling and truth in our lives through partners. There is a special dynamic involved in intimate relationships between two people who are committed to love. When at last you find the one who is your soulmate, the relationship is tremendously uplifting, supportive, and satisfying. Each day is celebrated and is better than the one before. There is fire and passion which is free from the pettiness of many karmic relationships. You feel a synergy that allows the combination of your feelings, creative thought, and resources to go far beyond what you can imagine doing alone. A love this deep can be your lifeline to survive the most dire circumstances, as well as magnify the joy of celebration and accomplishment 100-fold. Both of you are transformed by a love so vast that old beliefs simply melt away, allowing new insight and understanding to take their place. When you join in marriage, The celebration transcends the limitation of matter as triumphant waves of love flow through the cosmos. Occasionally, a business partnership or friendship enters the level of intimacy needed to attract Soked-Hosei. Business partnerships that are synergistic open the floodgates of heaven for an unbelievable outpouring of ideas and projects with high potential for success. Just be open to receive inspiration, then take action. Friendships that achieve this distinction are rare and should be nurtured and cherished. In sacred relationship, your mate is a partner on the path of self-discovery, as well as your best friend, lover, playmate, confidant, and caretaker. The emphasis is on truth and trust. Truth and trust, which even in the best of circumstances takes time to mature. As long as there are two people with separate wills, conflict results. But conflict can be used for growth and deeper understanding rather than having a life of its own and controlling interest. Each partner is free to speak the truth and express feelings of anger, hurt, shame, and love. Trust develops through the repeated experience of each partner listening with respect to the position of the other. Both make the commitment to seek the truth in love, conquering the fear that the other will no longer love or might leave if real feelings and desires are shared. Few people feel truly whole until they have found the right love partner. Repressed feelings can create undercurrents that act as a wedge between the partners, and they usually come up during conflict to complicate any misunderstanding. It's unfair to bring up the wrongs of the past. The objective of a fair settlement is one in which both parties can agree. Your level of awareness grows significantly as you notice the more subtle ways in which you manipulate yourself and others. This includes your judgments about how your partner should act and respond to you. All of your most pressing issues come into play in an intimate relationship. Review your situation. Has your experience been synergistic or depleting? Do you feel trapped or free? Often this feeling has nothing to do with the other person and is a result of your current attitudes. Is your partner possessive? Do you feel guilty about having separate friends and interests? Do you need to hide certain activities? Are you afraid of your partner? Are either of you manipulative or controlling? Do you feel empowered? Are you an equal partner? As you heal and transform yourself, your needs and desires will change. An open heart and mind will help you allow room for growth together. Use the vulnerability of intimacy to expose your issues. If there is conflict, be thankful and use it to powerfully blast through old judgments and imprisoned feelings while finding a way to reunite quickly in love and compassion. When there is loving observation, take the opportunity to gently shift. Either way, the objective is to continually find more understanding and truth with your partner. Ask Soked-Hosei for insights and courage to make tough decisions about your future with this person. If you feel you can no longer unite in love and decide to end a relationship, ask for help with the right timing and understanding to support the highest good for everyone concerned. If you are having difficulty leaving the relationship, find release by clearing your feelings and judgments. When you feel pain or anger, simply acknowledge it without blaming, asking God and Soked-Hosei to transform your emotion into compassion and understanding. You don't have to agree in order to accept. Constantly ask for more love to fill your relationship. Invite Soket Hosi to inspire and energize you. And there's a lot of music here. Let me share with you that is recommended. John Aston, Dance of the One from Remembrance. Joe Cocker, You Are So Beautiful. Anita Baker, Same Old Love from Rapture. Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Michael Bolton, Forever Isn't Long Enough, and Now That I've Found You from Time, Love, and Tenderness. And Kenny Loggins, Sweet Reunion from Leap of Faith. So that's Soket Hosi, Soket Partnership. It's beautiful. Let's see what our friend Kyle Gray has to say. What angel? What'll come up? Angels and ancestors. Maybe an ancestor will come up. I don't know, did any of you go maybe to a church service today? It's the first Sunday in Lent for the Christian churches. We trying to think, the readings were there was a reading from Luke. Now that I think about it, I have to think. Excuse me. Sorry, I can't think of it now. It was short though. I can't think. Let me see what I have here. Fire Guardian. Has this come up before? I think it might have. Ignite Your Passions. I'm going to talk about it anyway. That's all right. It might have come up the last few days, but we'll bring it up again. Fire Guardian. Ignite your passions. So we're talking about partnership and passions. Why not? Fire Guardian. These are I have to end here because I am getting tired, aren't I? Yeah. Sleepy. Okay. Fire Guardian. Ignite with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. The Fire Guardian represents angels of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desires can lead to great expansion. Allow the Fire Guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you are reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by spirit. Extended message is you are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side, become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. Ignite your passion. It could be a passion for painting or writing or whatever you love to do. Or it could be about connecting with the partner and being passionate. Ignite your passion. Creating music. Dancing. You went down. These. Ignite your passion. Be passionate. I think that sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Go become a dog walker if you love animals, you know? What is it you love to do? You ever hear, there was a book called Do What You Love, The Money Will Follow? There's people that believe, I believe that. Let me see here, Dreamweavers, what comes up. 41, weavers watch the dragons fly. Weavers watch the dragons fly. It's toward the end here. Weavers watch the dragons fly. Essential meaning, being the observer, curiosity, seeing the big picture, not taking anything personally. Sometimes we get so involved in our feelings about things, we begin to believe we are those emotions. They become part of our identity, part of our story forever. Instead of understanding the transience of opinions, we become trapped by our beliefs about the world and our part in it. Those ideas harden and stiffen until they form a tight container around our possibilities. While a container can be a good thing, we can find ourselves trapped in an old story. A good question to ask now about the subject you want this oracle to illuminate is, what am I making this mean? What if you removed your assumptions? What if nothing is ever personal? Now is the time to look at your situation and see it for what it is. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Remain neutral and curious, and be willing to explore it from a different perspective. There is so much more to discover here, so it's important not to get caught up in being right or getting caught in the smallest details that obscure a more expansive potential. Even in the most joyful times, you still run the risk of thinking it will always be that way, when everything will change and evolve, even transcend this forever place, because that is the truth of life. You're on a beautiful journey, and if you remain open and hopeful and willing to discover things that are unknown to you, that gift of curiosity will lead you to treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Like the dream weavers, watch the dragons fly. So should you observe your inner and outer worlds in the same manner. When you really learn to pay attention and can say, that's interesting. The hidden doors of perception swing wide. Such wisdom has always lived inside of you. Did you know you were so fortunate? Stay open. Weavers watch the dragons fly. Well, some things to think about. Remember, you are so loved. And in the end, there's 3 things that last: faith, hope, and love. I send you love and peace, that peace that passes all understanding. Namaste.